Good evening and welcome to another edition of the AGP Sport. For today, I'm Samuel Gillis. Thanks for joining us. We begin this evening, Kaz, by telling you that this year the Gold Cup comes to the Caribbean. For the first time in history, Jamaica has been selected to host 2 matches. Jaden Samuels has the details.
Football news. Taking place every 2 years, the CONCACAF Gold Cup is the official national team championship of the region, which includes North, Central America and the Caribbean, which makes its debut this time around in Jamaica. American Caribbean Association Football CONCACAF on Tuesday announced that the National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica will kick off the action in Group C, featuring top seed team Honduras as well as the host nation Jamaica. The tournament this time around will see 16 teams in action, and increased by 4, which CONCACAF President Victor Montagliani has dubbed as fuel for more progress. This time has created an opportunity for the Caribbean region to be part of the highest quality of football in the region. Jamaica's football president Michael Ricketts, in response to the latest development, says being host to the CONCACAF Gold Cup will change the entire landscape of the game in Jamaica, and reiterated that the competition will inspire the growth of the sport and youngsters to play football. Drawing large crowds and millions of television viewers across the region, the Gold Cup is a celebration of soccer, sportsmanship and culture. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
18 newly qualified sport administrators are now ready to serve in the mining town of Linden. The details in this report. The Guyana Olympic Association Sports Administrators course was successfully completed by 18 sports administrators, which was held from Thursday through Sunday at the Egbert Benjamin Conference Center in Mackenzie. It was the 20th course to be held by the GOA through its Olympic Solidarity Program. Richland Payton and Delon Peters scored over 90%, while some others who excelled included Lisa Chiatow, Crystal Thorne, and Melissa Joseph. Attending the closing ceremony as the guest speaker, Linden's mayor, Mistress Wanika Arundale, boasted of the achievement and reminded those in attendance that Linden was always at the top of its sport games. She said the GOA must be commended to have the certification course in Linden, as it shows recognition of what Linden has done in the field of sport over the years. Wiltshire said that although there were a lot of complaints, he still lauds them on a job well done. For Hgp Sport, I am Samuel Gillis. Guyana will be represented in archery for the first time at the Pan American qualifiers. Jaden Samuels reports.
In archery, Wayne Diabro will have a chance of qualifying for the next Olympics to represent the Golden Arrowhead in archery, but first will have to prove himself at the Pan American qualifiers. Presently in Chile, participating in the men's recurve qualification round, and currently placed 32nd on 32 points after 72 arrows on the first day, the archer will be beefing their proceedings up to ensure he finishes well. The Guyanese-Canadian-based archer, who started his career in 2010, is currently ranked at number 17 in the province of Ontario, Canada, and number 21 in Canada. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
Guyana has chalked up their 3rd win, this time against the Windward Islands at Providence Tuesday night, as action in the ongoing T20 Blaze continues. Here is Stanford Howard with the details.
The Guyanese women secured their 3rd straight win in the T20 series, this time against the Windward Islands. Those visitors who won the toss earlier in the night's proceedings decided to field and put the home side in. Akaya Peters struck first to break the home side's defense with the 3rd delivery to leave the ladies on 4 for 1. Nevertheless, Charmaine Campbell and Termaine Smart withstood the bowling attack by the Windwards and produced a 66-run, 72-ball 2nd wicket partnership to help the home side out of the early scare. After the partnership was broken in the 13th over, the Windwards had easy pickings of the batting lineup to leave the Jaguars on 108 for 8 of their 20 overs. Narissa Crafton picked up 3 for 22 for the Windwards. In reply to the below-par target, Windward faltered with the bat despite an opening stand of 35 runs and an 8-wicket stand of 22 runs, as the home side managed to restrict them to 88 for 8 of their 20 overs to pick up the win by 18 runs. With just one more round to go, the Guyanese women might just come out on top, as they are currently in third with 9 points, along with Trinidad and Tobago. But due to net run rate is in second, and defending champions Barbados, who sits at the top with 12 points, who have yet to lose a game, will face Guyana in the last round. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Still in cricket, World Cup squad needs to be named by April 23rd. Let's see what is happening with the Caribbean side. Jaden Samuels has the details.
In cricket news, despite earning a shot at this year's World Cup by the skin of their teeth, the West Indies is very much part of the World Cup, and it is more interesting, especially with the new adrenaline flowing through the players with the new governance. After a destructive batting display by Christopher Gale against England, much will rest on his shoulders and the rest of the senior players to rally round to ensure the runs keep flowing, while the bowlers will need to include discipline and consistency. Injury has shaken up the pack in recent years, but the best will need to be in the middle if the regional side is to compete. Andre Russell's inclusion in the side is also critical, as is Ocean Thomas, although he's a little bit expensive. With April 23 being the deadline for the squad to be named, the Caribbean probable 11 could come from Christopher Gale, Evan Lewis, Darren Bravo, Shamron Hetmeyer, Shea Hope, Nicholas Puran, Carlos Braffett, Andre Russell, Ashley Nurse, Kimo Paul, Devendra Beshu, Kima Roach, Ocean Thomas, and Sheldon Cottrell. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport.
That concludes our cast for this evening. I'm Samuel Gillis. Do remember, success is not an happening, it is a result. There is nothing mysterious about progressing. It is doing instead of doubting and working instead of wishing.